Hey guys, my name is Zeniac and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines, where we're back in the Foolsopolis, where last episode, guys, we pushed all the way up to 400,000 residents. Now, before we continue this, you're going to notice something completely different right now. We have kind of gone back to 335,000. What happened, Zeniac? Well, something happened with that super demand mod which corrupted my save game, so pretty much everything that we did last episode is now non-existent, which is not a problem. It's kind of sad, but it means this area is not built and this area is not built, which is not the end of the world. I mean, that's literally all we did. Oh, and we did some down here too, which I said is not the end of the world, but when I did do it, it unlocked a much bigger problem. And that is all of our city vitals. Some of them are right on the edge, and we do need to improve them. So it was kind of like a really cool little kind of stress test to see how our city would kind of be as it expanded. We kind of not ready for it anyway. So maybe the city skyline gods are looking down upon us right now. I don't know, but we definitely got some work to get done. So guys, if you enjoyed this series, enjoy this episode, want to see more as we try and I feel like the game's pushing against me right now to get a million population. We're going to see. But today, we need to handle some business. Now. Again, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here. So, first things first, somebody left a comment saying, yo, Zeniac, the train track under this bridge here for the cargo is not connected. And I'm like, what are you, what? And then I realized, oh my goodness me, we are not connected. We are not connected here. How long has this been like this? No wonder there was no freaking trains on the way over here right now. No wonder nobody wanted to use this little section. Oh, I feel so damn foolish. So damn foolish. But there we go, guys. Appreciate it, whoever left that comment. Anyway, I want to first take a look at the water and sewage treatment plant that we have down here. I was originally going to kind of cut this up and go down in this direction, but I'm going to first bring it out here, cut in, just to reduce and minimize the amount of flooding that is going to take occurrence. Now, where does the ship line go? The ship line goes right to there, which is going to be cutting quite close to where I'm going to potentially want this to come out by. But we'll see. We'll see what happens first. That's all going to be part of the fun. So I'm going to come out by to here, and I'm going to come out by a 20. And I know it's all underwater at the minute, but just hold your horses. I'm going to come out by an 80. So I'm creating a kind of like an inlet for a mouth of water. 80 just there. And then that here is pretty much going to run down and connect to this edging. So we're going to press pause real quick. And I'm going to delete that to there. And where am I? I'm pretty much here. So I want it to run down. I might have to delete by one more. So delete a little bit, a tad bit more. Actually, I'm going to delete to there. And then we'll kind of bend it in. So we hit the bend on a 10 by 11, well, 9 by 11. It's as good as. And if I quickly select it all right now, and we get it to the same height, because I know some of this is not going to be facing the right way right now. Right, to there. La-di-da. So you can already see some of it is not it's not facing the right way round. You damn fools. Like, especially this little section. Everything's got to be on the inside. So that's got to be inside. That's going to be on the inside. So hopefully now it will play ball. Alright, straight down. Still no? Okay, fine. What I'll do is I'll do a little bit of terraforming. So, brush size up. Bring this down. Bring it down and in. Just a little bit of terraform. Just to remind it who's boss. Your boy is the boss. And this should now play ball. Ha ha! Up to here. Up to there. Right, sweet. So we got a little inlet there. Right, brings the water in. Which does mean I could go diagonal, which wouldn't be a problem. And then it will potentially enable me to kind of place down some more of these. But I got to be careful how I do this, because the diagonal is going to be a little bit mental. So if I come off a 10 by the runway, and let's bring it down to there, meaning then we're pretty much deleting so far back, and I reckon to about there where we'll kind of bend it in. And then we'll do something here. But I've also got to bring this all the way down as well. So that to there. Right, I'll bring it to about here. So keeping that running. Where a bend here, how dramatic is this going to be? Do you know what? Not too bad. Kind of keeps a nice little run. We could maybe do something with it. But let me just go and get the rest of the terraforming all done here. Right, all the way up to the top. All the way up to the top. So it creates this like nice little water inlet. And we can keep our... Well, I say it's fresh water. It's coming straight from a river. Actually, that's not a thing in the game, is it? Fresh water and seawater. Or salt water, I should say. Not really a thing, is it? Right, now we're going to see how much of this is now messed up on the wrong side. Already this little section is messed up. I should up this brush size, because that is way too small. We got our metro line right now. That is a little bit too high. So kill all this off to about there. Right, all good, all good, all good. So let's quickly delete the offending parties. Right, we'll delete back down to here. I've actually got to delete all of this, which is kind of sad. I wonder if I now replace it back down. Going down so far. Aha, it flips back on that side, which is all good. And I'm going to bring that to there. And then where does this happen? So if I kind of go like that, bend it away, it's all good. We're a bit too far away to determine a nice little bend just yet. Right, go like that. Wonderful. It's a very unique design. Definitely is a unique design, but we're gonna roll with it. So we know here we are. If I go across, we're about a 15 away. So let me pick a little spot. So that would there be a 15 away. So if I then went by a 10, ran this up by a 40 to go by a 10 straight down. I'm creating another little section like we've got here. I mean, remember, we can go around the edge of a lot of the water stuff as well to kind of really space things out. And also this is going to cause a lot of flooding issues too. So I need to get all these pumps in. I mean, I don't need to drop that because the water will eventually cover it all anyway. So I don't need to worry too much about that side. Raise that up, which again is going to have caused issues with my spacing on the sides. But again, I get the ground in. Delete what I need to, which will be you, and you. There we go. So another little section there. We're just kind of pacing it out a little bit, which should be good. So it's different. It's definitely different. It's a little bit unique, and I might even kind of extend this out by delete to there. So if I came out, what's the whole distance? A 30. So if I came out by a 10, you're not letting me bend? What's going on? A 10, a 10, and a 10. Now if I can replicate this, a 10, a 10, and a 10. So now I've created like I funneled it in basically, which is now going to allow me to place down even more pumping stations on the inner walls. Please none of this mess up right now. This was, oh look at that. That one corner had to mess up, didn't it? That one corner had to go, no, Seniac, I will not play by these rules. Inlet just there, so I can put a bunch of pumping stations going down here. So it just becomes more of a kind of a different, unique design, as opposed to being effective. But I need these open spaces to place down water sources. We should have a water source up there, which we do, which I'm going to have a water source here. So the main reason is just obviously that's not wide enough to flood enough water in for these pumping stations to suck up. So we kind of have to do it like this. And that's the reason why I kind of created a bunch of open spaces. So let's bring that down. Let's flatten all this here. So it's not going to be perfect, but it will be as good as. It's all fine. Oh, no need to stress too much. happy days. So we're going to put it into play mode right now, which is 100% monumentally going to cause absolute carnage and flooding. And I can't reset to sea level because I've got many places below sea level which do get flooded. So I'm going to have to kind of like suck it up slightly. But I'm hoping with a little bit of water movement, I can then pull it into pause mode in just a moment. And then use our water pipes, water pumping stations, to then kind of suck it all up. So one there, one there. One there, one there, one there, one there. Try and squeeze one more in, one there, one there. So these will help. It won't save us, but it will definitely help. Now, oh, I was about to do power. I just remembered. I don't need to do power. So that will give us a dramatic increase in the amount of water availability, which is huge. And what it then does then is like this going down the side here, pumping stations in, will then allow us to ultimately have even more capacity, which is exactly what we need and what we want. So it kind of future-proofs us moving forward. The only thing I got to do then is more sewage, which we are utilizing going down in this side, which is going to be handy. Now, while the water does what it needs to do, let's take a quick look at the sewage side of things. I know the spacing is a 16. So a 16 is there. So double check, that's a 16. Go down by a... Oh, 16 is like there, right? Yep. And then I'll do another 16. Is that 16? That's 15. 16, yep. Which is forcing me to go underground. I don't want to go underground, game, just because your water is here. It's either all or nothing. It's either all or nothing. Oh my goodness me, maybe I might have to reset the sea level. Because that's a lot of water, boys. That is a lot of water. That might wipe... Oh my goodness me, that's a lot of water, isn't it? It is about to hit another set of water. So I can either wait it out, but I'm so sorry. Oh no, the planes. The planes. I mean, we did an experimental video recently where we discovered that planes can land on water. So that won't affect them too much. I didn't really... Oh my... Okay, that's going to affect it a lot. This shipping lane is way too close. Right, I'm going to delete that for just a minute to there. Alright, the ship... that's the ferry pathway. The ship path here. Oh, I can't actually. It's now technically like too close, isn't it? Right, okay. I'm going to have to kind of slightly stagger it. It's not the most beautiful piece of artwork I've ever done. Right. Oh, we got a little bit of a dip there, don't we? It's squeezing me. We didn't extend that all the way. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. So for the sewage then, we're going to obviously add some more sewage plants coming in. That just skims, and if it does come to here, it's going to fall into this kind of water source anyway. That's going to completely go over all our sewage, so it's going to suck up any doo-doo. Oh my goodness me. The flooding is unreal. I mean, how much harm is it going to be to reset to sea level? Do you know what? I'm just going to do it, because I think the monstrosity from this is less than the monstrosity that gets caused elsewhere. I mean, all that really happens is all of this here gets flooded, as you can now see. There's a little section just there that gets flooded. Do you know what? To be honest with you, I think that's... Oh, the little section just there. A little bit just there. I think that's the majority of it, isn't it? Is there flooding over here? Not really. Oh, I thought it was a lot more monumental than what I previously thought. So we might have to reset again in just a minute. Because for some reason this is going crazy. Right, bring that down a bit, because I feel like that's a little bit too high as well. Right, reset one more time. There we go. And then, we'll just see how the rest of it kind of plays out. So, with that said, obviously our water availability is now super high. Like, super high, because we now got the other side of this little section now pumping to. So for the little basins that we kind of been using, place you there, 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 and there. And of course, even though we don't need pipes, we've still got to get them connected via the pipes anyway to one another, just so they're kind of functional and working. And that then should dramatically start to increase our sewage treatment, which it does. It does. It pushes it right up there. Not as much as the water, but that should be substantial enough. I then just need to sort out a couple of additional garbage processing facilities. So we're still getting some water seeping over the edges. So we'll just reset one more time. It's the flow. It's the momentum in the flow at the minute still pushing themselves all the way in. But we'll see how we get on with that. But anyway, let's take a look at some of the garbage stuff then. So in various spots, here, there, and everywhere, we do have little garbage plants. So I mean, our garbage processing is a little bit kind of under there at the minute. We've got little kind of plants here, there, and everywhere. Not too many, but we have the odd one or two just dotted around. Now, I've only been using these large recycling centres solely down to the fact that they only produce noise pollution, not actual ground pollution. Which is a big bonus. Yeah, they're expensive to run. Don't get me wrong, they're very expensive. They're nearly $2,000 a week to kind of maintain. But it heavily reduces the amount of pollution in the ground, which is a big bonus, a big benefit. So I want to keep on them tracks. Oh, just look at all of this is underwater too. I want to keep on those tracks with the pollution side of it, meaning that I want to maintain as minimal ground pollution as I possibly can. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this road, which I originally wanted to do, to come over here to then eventually connect to there. And I'm going to turn this little section here into a little bit of a garbage processing area. It's going to eventually get connected to the highway just there, but it has then good routes to connect in. I know I've got that just there, but I want a much grander one. Actually, no, I'm going to place it over here, because then I can utilize this highway connection a little bit more. But I'm still going to get that connected too anyway. But let's first start with this. So we should be 10 away, which we are. So then this side will be 10 away. So if I just pump that a little bit further. We then need to do the usual suspects, mate. The 10s both sides. The 10s both sides. We are going to elevate those slip roads. And then do the marvellous adventure of 26. There. And there. Doing the same thing going back in this way. 26, mate. 26. There we go. So flipping these round to the roads that they need to be on. That goes in that way. That comes in. That goes out. And then just upgrading the highway in between to a 2-lane road for the lane math. We'll then get this connected back up down below. Boom. And then we'll now just work on our beautiful little angles. So from there to there, get those beautiful slopes in, boys. Beautiful slopes. And of course we'll do the lane stuff. Just going to zoom into it slightly. There we go. Boom. Boom. Now, I won't play around with any of this stuff at the bottom, not until we start to see dramatic stuffs going on with traffic and whatnot. But that additional little kind of connection there is going to be a big help for us. But let's get this connected anyway, because this is also going to be like another little lifeline too. So what I'm going to do actually is delete that road. And I'll delete this to here and we'll kind of start again. Now, I want it to be elevated to go over, but I'm going to have to do quite a dramatic elevation. So by the first set of 12, we're going to go up by 10. So like I said, it's quite a dramatic incline from day one. Then we'll do another 10 by 10. And at this point here, we're going across hot and heavy. So I don't think that is going to be high enough. By that 6, I'll go up by Yeah, by the 8, I've gone up by to 30 at that point. So then we'll try and come down now. So that 8, I'll come down by 10, which is what we did previously. 10, down by 10. And then I did a 12 to come down by 10 again. Now that follows it all, but I'm kind of starting to lose a little bit. So if I went by a 20 by 20, and then kind of kept it at a 1 to keep the kind of the elevation change the same, and then kind of come out by 10, but at this point I'm now on the ground. So that's where that all kind of comes in. Oh, that's quite a nice little bridge, isn't it? Yeah, I might make these little points there a little bit lower, but that's quite a nice little bridge. Nice. Now, what can we do for like some type of connection? Do I go fancy, nice and bendy, or do I just keep it like as simple as possible? As simple as possible is probably the best way to kind of do it. And also make sure it's all on the same level. And, ooh, so the land... Oh, yeah, I forgot the land does change here. I forgot about that bit there. I forgot we're kind of slightly going up a hill. Right, okay, let's smoothen this out. Yeah, I'll pause it to do it. Right, smoothing out, smoothing out, smoothing out. Go a bit bigger. There we go. There we go. So nothing amazing, nothing fancy, just your basic kind of setup. But it allows us now to kind of run with it. Also, it allows us with this road underneath to kind of utilize this as well. So I can have a connection straight in. That can run all the way down. For what reason, I don't know. But it can. So I go by a 40 here. There we go, connect in. Just kind of break up the alignment. 40 there. Again, just to break it all up. Then you can kind of end it like 20 and 10. Leave it as that is the best way to put it. Leave it as that. Nice. Nice. Right, okay. Okay. So, this is now all officially connected. Since I've got the train line all hooked up, I was going to say, since I've got the train line hooked up, I'll be seeing trains coming in, but then at the same time, I've currently flooded the whole little network there, so no. The answer is no, Seniac. No trains. No point. That's 0 points. What am I talking about? Right, okay, so are we still flooding over here, or are we all good? We're now officially all good, so that is now settled nicely. The grass will eventually start to grow back. So, sewage looking good. Just got to sort out some of this garbage stuff, which I'm going to utilize this area here. It's near the airport. It's going to be noisy anyway. And they can utilize this highway as quick zoom connections to get to point A to point B. So, we do need them to create a little kind of route coming in, which will utilize this 4-lane road like normal. I think I'll come off just there by 15. And then I'll do a nice little 10 by 10 bend. And then try and create some straight run roads. So I'm going to bring that down to about 50. Now bring it a bit further. We'll go 20 just there. And we'll just kind of end that there for just a minute. So from this, I'm going to we'll use the road with trees as well, because I want to make this area quite nice. Bring this just coming up from out of that main kind of road section. And then we're going to kind of bridge off it with some of the garbage processing facilities. So, like I said, I'm going to utilize the large recycling kind of central areas. So, I think what we'll do is, actually, I'm going to bulk this road up to being this style road. Kind of give us that feeling like we've kind of just drove ourselves into like a business park or something like that. And then coming off this is where we'll use all this. So, I'm gonna process the garbage first on this side. So if I bring this out, and I think what we'll do, I'm trying to figure out Actually, I need to see the size of a garbage processing plant, don't I? It's quite large, so it will come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiles, basically. That's quite a lot, isn't it? It is quite a lot. But if I start... I'm going to start here. And go up to there as well. Now, that might not be exactly what I need, but it kind of keeps away from that. But it allows me to now... Because I'm going to place down some tree stuff and kind of beautify the area. It allows me to kind of work with this area a little bit more easily. And I'm wondering if it's probably a decent idea to kind of... I'm just testing the waters right now. Yeah, I can add an additional one just there. But I think that's too much to the edge, isn't it? So we'll scrap that idea. Also, I should have been using the trees, the roads with trees. To there. That will extend a bit further. So now we've got to figure out the spacing. So if I went there, that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that should technically be the space. And it is. Nice. So what is that? That's an 18 space. Okay. 18 space. So I can only do it to a 9. To get the full bend shebang going round. Interesting. Okay. So we've now got some kind of a design going on, basically. We've now got some kind of a design going on. So I could come a little bit further out. What's that so far? That's a 7. So if I did 11, that's your full 18. But I'm going to do a 10 by 10 bend. And I'll end that about here. So you're 18, which is there. So you should be able to then squeeze in. And we'll end it just there. Another set. I can actually technically squeeze another one just underneath the highway. It becomes like a very, very industrialized area at this point. Do I keep that? Nah. For the aesthetics, I'm not going to keep that one in. But I will drop another one just there. Unless I kind of move it. And then just kind of come out here by about a 14. Because I do need to end this run at some point. Oh, it's too close. I don't like how close it is. So I'll just maneuver it to here. Slightly staggered. And leave it like that. So it looks kind of out of place at the moment, doesn't it? It does kind of feel like it's slightly out of place. We'll run some trees going down. These will eventually grow and look really nice. Just kind of get it to go around to the edges. And we eventually place like more servicing buildings around here, I suppose. Here's what we'll do. Yeah, I'll up that a bit more. There we go. So now you place down some trees. It doesn't seem as mental then, does it? But the garbage vehicles now go out. So that really does then start to increase my garbage processing facility power. There's lots of space there to add additional more in. And we've set it up in a way where we've got these like little kind of... I know it's kind of an effort to come in. But when it's places at full capacity and there's like gazillions of trucks and like in and out, it makes it a little bit more easier to kind of handle. Also, now we've got that road here connected. It's interesting to see how many vehicles are now starting to utilize it. So it becomes like a new, faster route to get the goods potentially in and out of the area, which is very, very handy. Still waiting for that to settle down so we can start seeing the... Oh. Are you coming into here, boys? Is that what you're doing right now? Don't play games with me right now. I've been fooled before in the past. Nope, there we go. So now we've officially got some use out of this. Once, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, they start using it, Seniac, when you actually get the train line connected. I don't know if you knew that right now. I'm like, shock. Did not even know. So that shows me then that this is now dying down enough that we could eventually spawn a train, as that connection is now, you know, useful. So we might start seeing these guys complaining less, as like an import-export route now, technically a little bit closer for them. Yeah. Still need to kind of work on bringing the inlet for the cargo ships. But we'll be working on that soon. We'll be working on it. So, great stuff then. So, electricity's always been fine. Water, sewage, garbage has now increased. And I think the city is running pretty smooth. I mean, a little bit of death over there, but there should be some hearses on the way. So I think we should really take a look at now some more public transport side of it. So, in the public transport side... okay, this view shows me there's a lot of death. Right, where do we have death care around here? Over there. There's some there. There's some there. What is the issue? Do I need more death care? Do I need to maybe implement some better crems more around here? Utilize these slight little areas to pump out more. Just go a little bit more crazier with the old crematories. There's no need to build new areas when you can just upgrade the capacity in certain areas. And then making sure that, I don't know, we have the 20 capacity hearses. So 20 vehicles at 10 capacity means each building now has a 200 capacity. How mental is that? Right, look at the amount of vehicles now heading out. This just goes to show you how many more vehicles we're now putting on the road. And we're making them all 10 hearse capacity. So many more vehicles are hitting the road right now. So you guys and your dead buddies will worry no more. Will worry no more. So the tram network is slowly catching up to the metro network in terms of total users, which is pretty interesting to see. Now, I think it's time that we kind of extend our tram network. So where we have, let me go to trams. So where we have this one going around here, we also have this one that kind of goes up and down and connects. So this is like our central one where we have one coming off just there, another one coming off just there. Now if I combined this loop and this loop to maybe having something that goes across this bridge and then kind of cuts into the right to connect back down to here, because then that will open up another tram going around there. But the question is, where would I come based off this? This then becomes quite a busy and heavy area. So this cuts through to there. So if that kind of continued, right, it'll get to this roundabout, and there's no alternative route to then go at that point, which is not our best idea. But there's nothing stopping me by doing an overpass for the tram to then continue going up, which I could then just cut it straight through there and then down. Not much, but it opens up this whole section in here, which I can then extend another one going through there in. Ooh, it's quite an ask. It is quite the ask right now. We'll try it. There's nothing wrong with trying it, is there? There's nothing wrong with trying it right now. It's going to be careful I don't kind of upgrade the wrong road. My only concern will be... Oh, hold on. My only concern is going to be the roundabout. But I'm sure I've done something in the past very similar to this in like a previous city. Where I've done like... well, I'm deleting the sidewalks there, aren't I? Well, I've done, what do you call it? Elevated roundabout trams. Alright, let me get all these back in. I'm going to have to do the crossroads again. Can you add a crossroad to it? Yes, you can. Now, I feel like I would have deleted a crossroad here. Get that one in as well. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Right, back onto it then. So we'll come back to that section in just a moment. So obviously this will pop over here. Wait, do I want it to run this far? Oh, yes. I can then turn it in there and then down. Because I was originally going to turn it about here in it. But yeah, this becomes quite a decent loop at this point, doesn't it? And where does it run to? To there. So we're now... Okay, I see where we're going with this. All I can see right now is the amount of traffic issues I'm going to cause. But this could be exciting. Oh, and it runs near the park as well. So this will increase the amount of users as well, because they would want to get to this little city park you got here. Guys, I'm telling you right now, we're slowly taking people away from the metro and we're putting them on the tram line. If all of a sudden we start seeing more people using trams than metro, we understand and know why. Which is understandable, because trams are like buses. You can have a stop every so often. Metro, it's like a stop there, next stop's there. They're more for greater distances. Trams are for shorter distances. So it makes a lot of sense. So here we're using tram tracks, which, like I said before, I've done something similar to this. So if I bring it in by 10, raise it... Yeah, if I raise it by 10 there... I know it's going to mess up in a minute. Hold on. So I know it's initially going to mess up. I've just got to... I mean, it's not too bad here. I've just got to slightly bend this out a bit. Maybe I should have made the ramps go a bit further back. Yeah. There's not a lot you can do with this. I'm gonna try again. It is very difficult. Right, what if I did... So you can't even do a 10 there because it has to. It has to raise at that point. Unless I do an underground. Right, if I go down by 12... See, even this probably won't work. Nah. See what I mean? It's so difficult to do it. Now, okay, my next option would be, what if I upgraded that there, upgraded that there, and then, why am I under, oh, I'm still underground. What if I came off here? And then did 10 to there? Oh, that's better. Come off it a lot earlier. I'm not sure what's going on with that. This is a tram track, isn't it? Yeah, it's not a tram road. So, going up by 10. So, just for the aesthetics of the not kind of messing up my roundabout, you kind of then ruin your aesthetics here. If I brought this back a bit, yeah, you get that little awkward section just there. But is it better than having the other awkward section? I'm actually going to upgrade that road to get rid of the trees. We'll go with the grass verge. Nope. We'll go with the concrete. Oh, snap. What have I done there? Oh, this is all wrong now, isn't it? You got a slight awkward path, but is it good? Is it a good idea so we can still have the trams overpass without having to interact too much with this? If I then turn off the traffic lights there and there so they continue to flow through, is that, I mean, is that good enough? If I make it where you know, these pass through so there's no confusion in where you need to go. Like that. It looks awkward as hell, but we're going to roll with it for just a second and see if we can actually work with it. So, we're now then going to come off from our first tram stop here. So, creating a new line. So we'll come up here then, and we'll add our first little stop just there. So near that too, very handy. Actually, no, we'll add it here. It's walking distance, also helps these guys without having to walk all the way across the bridge. We'll add the next one just here by this metro stop. Next one just there, just before we're about to leave this area. We'll add one just here for the park, 2 entrances either side. And then we'll cut them in. We'll have a stop just there for that little metro. We'll add a stop just there before they crisscross over. Actually, no, we'll cancel that one. We'll add it just here. Because then the next one's going to be, as they make a turn into there, add a stop there. Next one then happens here. Next one just there. Just there. And then just there. So then go here. And then complete the line. So same again on this side. Telling you guys, we're going to have more people using trams in the city than any other mode of transportation. I just got this feeling. It's because of how often and little the stops are. Whereas you're only really going to use the metro at this point if you're doing longer distances. And you might get off the metro and then jump on a tram. You're probably more likely to get off the metro to jump on a tram than you are to get on the tram then jump on the metro. After. That's probably what it's more like it's going to do. And wait, isn't there a stop here? So from there straight to there. It seems quite long, but there's not really much going on here, and that stop you're only going to walk to over there. So yeah, okay, it's fine. So there we go. New metro line in. It's quite a big boy, but it allows us then to kind of maybe eventually bring something in this direction into here. Like a circle around and then come back down. So we're crisscrossing it in many, many different directions. I don't know why this one kind of goes up. I think my main reason was to kind of keep it off the 4-lane road. But staggering it is also a pretty cool idea because we can then intertwine multiple tram necks. Look how much depth there is all of a sudden. Why is there now so much depth? I mean, it's still 10,000 deceased. So there's no more than what we originally had. No more than what we originally had. So I think in these little areas we're just going to bulk up by adding a few more of these in. I know it really does start to up our capacity. So I'll pump out some more vehicles. Just that little death wave is slightly annoying, isn't it? Slightly annoying. Up to 340 residents, so the population is still slowly growing. And it's still slowly growing. So, yeah, we're about 1,000 weekly users away before the tram network makes a true challenge to the metro network. Yes, interesting. We still got water here as well. Right, the water's disappeared here. So we're seeing trains. I mean, you're seeing more movement around this side. So it'd be nice to see a train at some point, because that's what we're kind of working towards. There's a lot of vehicles coming in on this side. Interesting. And is this still quite a busy road that we added in? It is as well. That's even more interesting how busy that road is. Very interesting in multiple different formats. So, will we see a cargo train? I mean, we've still got the odd vehicle driving in over here right now. That's definitely going to... Oh, there we go. It spawned a train. And where are you going? You're transporting it to over here. It actually works. Glorious. Glorious. 51 grand. Holy smokes, that's a lot of cash. Is that our most profitable industry at this point? I was having worries. No, the farming is currently the most profitable. Okay. I was having it, well, kind of, not issues, but slightly worried that the oil industry is slightly slacking with how small it currently is compared to how vast this is. And how many more buildings we actually got in. But it's rivaling it at the minute, isn't it? It's definitely rivaling it. We'll see how long this kind of lasts. That's ridiculous. There goes that choo-choo cargo train, which at the minute, it's full. It's full to the brim. So that is definitely handy. It's definitely useful. So it's quite exciting. So trams going across this is what I want to see. It's what I want to see. There's a tram here. You're turning that way. Where is the tram? Oh, the tram depot's over here. So they do have to kind of drive quite a long way to get to where they need to get to. My bad. But I want to see a tram go across that bridge. Right, I'm looking up in this direction, see if anything coming. Do you know what? The trams haven't even made it over here yet. A little bit of traffic over here. Where's all my new trams? Which way would have they went? I'm trying to figure if they're coming up this way. Or whether they've gone this way around. It's as if we don't have any on the way. So my new tram lines that I've added in will be number 9 and number 10. We have 17 vehicles. Where are these vehicles? They're still waiting to leave the depot. Okay, I see him right now. Yeah. Okay, right, they're going down this direction. It takes a while because because of the traffic and stuff like that. Right, they haven't quite made it yet, boy. They haven't quite made it over here yet, so just chill your beans. Chill those beans are too hot. Take them out in the microwave. Chill those beans. Any new trains coming in? Literally, one's just left and now I'm waiting for the next one. Where are you, trains? Now, where are you going out of interest? To the cargo hub over here. Oh, yes, because... Oh, fire. Because this is obviously the closest shipping route for them. I've definitely got to add in the shipping route at some point, don't I? I really do. But it then means that I kind of need to change up then the train tracks and where they would need to go. Because I would need to set a system up where they can then... Because obviously if I had it on here, I then need to kind of flip something around to kind of come in. Which would change a lot of things, but yeah. But I think it's all going in the right direction. I haven't done any zoning, and now we're on the way to 350,000 population without doing any additional zoning. So it's like last episode didn't need to exist, but what we learned from it was big stuffs. And that's with increasing our kind of water stuff and all that. So I think next episode then, we'll probably take a look at doing some shipping coming into this area. I mean, would I continue the shipping line? I don't know. Might just create like a nice little shipping yard for these guys for the oil industry to kind of get the goods in and out so they complain a little bit less, even though they're making top dollar. They are now making so much cashola. It is crazy. It is definitely crazy. As we continue pushing our momentum more forward than ever before. But like I said, we'll just see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Still waiting for a tram to go over this. Is there one on the way yet? Yeah. I mean, where are they still coming from? Oh, I think they've got to go all the way like down this way, then up, and then in, and then it's just a headache. We'll see what it's like next episode anyway. But we'll end it for here. So I think there's good stuff to take away from this. The fact that the population, we didn't need a super demand mod. Let's just throw that out there. Just good old-fashioned growing is kind of working out. But we've sorted out the services there anyway, so we can go back on the expansions. We've got enough water, sewage, garbage to kind of keep them going. The death wave that we did have, we had 10,000 dead peeps. We've dropped it down by 1,000 right now, so those additional crematoriums are helping us out. We'll see how long they can keep up that momentum before we get like another big wave coming in. And we also need to build our next few industries very soon, the forest industry and the fishing industry, to provide more jobs. But for now, guys, we will end it here. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below, and until next time, I see you all soon. So good.